Principal idea number 1, to manage the shallow hip socket. Keep the thighs wide of the body so the muscles pull the ball into the center of the hip socket. Principal idea 2, work and strengthen the muscles behind neck of femur and at top of inner thigh, because these will also pull the ball into the center of the hip socket. Principal idea 3 is to make sure you do aerobic exercise such as swimming and biking. The idea is not to get too ambitious. If you find seated for long times is a problem, you can always do massage and gentle mobilizing and short walks. Not such a long walk that you get tired, however. So roll like a ball, just find that start position. Look to your belly, keep looking to your belly. Just see if you can make a really nice roll like a ball. This is such a classic Pilates exercise. Now, if we have the shallow hip sockets, we might think about taking the knees a bit wider, and a lot of us will have them a little bit wider anyway. And again, it's just the thigh bones are a little bit out the side of the body now, and that's got to help the hip socket be a little more centered. May make a difference, and maybe not. How are we doing? It's no problem. You can do that pretty nice. Good. Give us one more. Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to speak to something here. Just a quick story about what happens when you drop a baby. It goes into the startle response. And that means all the heads and arms and legs go out. You drop a baby, the startle response is like this. So you're watching. It's like, it's very hard to drop a baby because it sticks out all the arms, heads, and legs. So, but we don't want startle response here, as in you could throw your head back. But I prefer if you just keep your chin on your chest, look to your belly. Like to try that? Yeah, it's easy to fix, isn't it? Good on you. And now if you roll backward for some reason, you're not going to hit your head on the curb or on a flower pot or something. I have a story about that, but I tell too many stories about that anyway. I'm just lucky to be alive, I guess. Single leg stretch. And so this is just a nice in and out. Now, there's no particular forces around that hip joint forcing the ball up towards the arm, the ball of the hip socket up to your armpit. That's what happens when you're standing. And I'm just going to put one hand behind my head and send the leg out. Just feels like a cool thing to do. All right, so for double leg stretch, just start with the head down. You hug your shins in and pull your knees a little wider. This is the position for the wee babies when they got hip dysplasia. Little newborns, the first 6 months of life, they strap the knees up wide, they put them in a cast, and it's just nice to center out the hip socket. And if it feels nice, it should be nice. So supposing we just bring our heads up, we're looking between our feet. So we're going to go from knees wide to knees together and feet touching. Just take the knees wide, and then you go and see just, so knees wide, and then the knees just come together. You could even just encourage your knees to just come together. Put your fingers on your knees. Knees wide under the armpits, knees almost touching. And that's the natural rhythm of the bones. Good. Single straight leg stretch. I'm going to go straight to one hand behind the head, and let's grab a toe and shake hands with your toes. All right, you got your big toe. Well, now go to the little toes. Can you curl some fingers around your toes like you're trying to pull them off? All right, we'll switch over. Grab your big toe and pull it. And then curl your fingers around your little toe and try and pull them off. Go back to the first one now. Push the heel up gently to the ceiling and feel a hamstring stretch. And again. Double leg lower lift, or hands behind the head, but don't go too far. It very rapidly ratchets up the pressure on the tummy. Forward, forward, forward. Keep your back somewhere close to the mat. We're working this at a level that, if pushed, we could do it for a minute. We're not going to do it for a minute. But you get the idea is that we're not trying to thrash things, we're not lowering too far. As a younger man, I would take it further. But age brings common sense, I like to think. Feet to the mat. head down, elbows wide like coat hangers. You've got the hands behind the head. Crisscross. Now, if we've got ourselves this far, we just head up, knees up. And let's have the knees and feet out just a little bit to honor a shallow hip socket. And leg long, and look to the side of the bent knee. Back. This puts a little bit more side twist on the body. Look to the side of the bent knee. So you take your time and come up and look to the side of the opposite knee. The tummy muscles will be, the oblique tummy muscles, the angled ones from one side to the other, will be working that a little bit harder. Yeah. Yeah. And you might just find if you take your long leg out a little to the side, you can feel you want to slow it down because just to stay in control. Well done. Spine stretch forward. So this is the start position. We roll the head down, and then each vertebra in sequence down, 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 and then we're in a horseshoe shape. That's the finish position. And then we rebuild. Let's make this start position a little more challenging. Wrists on the ribs and push forward. Can you get yourself forward with a nice straight back? There you are. That's the position. Chin on chest. Roll, roll down. Roll, 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 roll up. Yeah, and ribs forward. Chin on chest. Roll down through each vertebra. Restack that vertebra. Carry on. Let's see what we've got. So we're working to mobilize all the vertebrae in sequence. Sequentially roll the vertebrae down. Sequentially restack them. Spine stretch forward. Single-legged or single-arm version. We just cross the shins and put a hand on that top knee. And we just work this arm like a single-legged running cheetah, sprinting cheetah. Come on over, touch the knee, up and over. Just rise the arm up and touch the knee. And when that touches the knee, you've got a lengthening. And I would like for the elbow slightly bent and the wrist slightly bent. So you've got a lengthening right up your leg, up the curve of your body, and up and over through the curve of the shoulder and elbow and wrist. That's it. Yeah. And we can just take a little count of 5. You can gently pull on your toe or shin, wherever you can reach. Let the chest lift and your body round, and can you bring your head down to your knee? Can you breathe into the lower 2/3 of your body and relax your neck? We'll switch over. Cross the shins, hand on the top knee, and just up with the arm, and slightly bent elbow. It's a little like a breaking wave. And you just come on up. It's all again. So you could imagine the arm just like that sort of front leg action of a sprinting tiger or a sprinting cheetah. And yeah, okay, we'll go into the stretch. How good are you at making that stretch happen, Neil?
I was going to say don't cheat.
Neil says, cheater, don't cheat. All right, Neil, I'll try not to.
Do you want sound effects?
Good point. What sort of sound effects do you recommend? Wow. All right. So legs wide. I'm just checking, how wide can we go? All right, so that's where we're at today. That's where you're at today. I'll bring them in a little bit. Start position for the saw. I just want you to get the feel of twisting spine. So put your wrists on your wrists and wrists on your ribs. And so you get the rounding. Let the shoulders go around and be tall. Shoulders are really moving. Okay, so you know the twist in your body now. Twist your body, twist your body, twist your body. The arms going forward and back like a saw. Come on up, nice stretch across the chest and the wrist. Oh, twist your body, twist your body, twist your body. Oh, yeah. So it's always nice that we got, how many faces? We've got 3 people online. This is great. So I love a bit of company. Because it's always a bit difficult to me. I do my best to picture what you like to have. And so you can always email me or something. I can't really see much of what you're doing, of course. And now, Actually, I'll just show first just the bridge. Just the bridge. And we'll just come up into the bridge. And we can, I've just got my hands up and out of the way so my shoulders are not resting too hard on the ground. So just take the feet and toe out, heel out, but not too wide, and toe in, heel in. So you're walking your feet in and out. And pretty soon, you realize you're getting works the small muscles. Okay. And now we can stay on the bridge. We'll just come out of the bridge for a second. And we take the body up into the bridge. We take feet slightly apart. You want to get your arms wide, about the diagonal from your body. Just take one leg up, bring the knee up high, and take it a little bit out the side and back. So you bring it up high, makes it an interesting challenge. Like troll dance. And how are we doing with that? Yeah, and the hips are off the ground, and that's good. All right, so we just come up to the other side, and we take the leg out the side and back. We'll take the foot out the side, bring the foot back, but there's still a little distance between the feet. You can appreciate that we're getting really strong stabilizer muscles working around the shoulders, around the mid-back, around the buttocks. Okay.